Kia ora whānau. It's Team Dog here, Mob Music. As you can tell by the title, we're reviewing last year, and basically just going to look back month by month, the projects in which we were working on during that time. So yeah, Happy New Year's everybody, and this is our first live for the year too. A year in which I believe is going to be very significant to our journey, that's for sure. Anyways, whānau, this is a retake. This is a second take, I should say. Take number 2. Yesterday I went live and I tried to review my whole year. Yesterday got about halfway through it, whānau, and then my Wi-Fi cut out, which was rad shit. I thought it was just a coincidence, but then my son's my son's PlayStation had gone out at the same time, so I figured that it must have been just a bit of a glitch in the matrix, so to speak. So good though, whānau, you know, we're back at it again. You know, hey brother Blaze, cheer my brother, hope all is well, my brother, hope all is well. So yeah, we're back at it again, whānau, we're back at it again. This time round, we're gonna pray for the best. Hey, we just cracked a new member. Hey, mainline Triple M, hoorah. This guy's mainline. Hope all is well. Yes, no, all is well, brother, all is well. I went live yesterday, brother, as I just mentioned, and tried to do a bit of a recap of the year gone. But yeah, got about halfway through it and it cut out. So we're back at it again, whānau, today. So yeah, as I mentioned, we're just gonna have a look back in the last 12 months and just talk about what we managed to achieve, I suppose. But before we do that, whānau, I'm gonna ask everyone to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. More than welcome to join our Mob Music community. Just hit the join button and choose your preferred options, and of course hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all our most recent and current activity, whānau. Went worldwide, that's what happened. And that is the goal, brother, that is the goal. So the last 12 months, whānau, it's the hardest 12 months I've ever had to work. I put in a lot of work. So, well, actually the last 3 years, because I've been studying for a couple of years too. I got my diploma in music, first and foremost, was my first goal, first objective. And then the second goal was to set up shop, so to speak, you know. And that's practically what we've done last year. We set up Mob Music on all platforms, and we just started streaming and distributing. So this is a business now, whānau. This is this is a full-time job for me. I'm self-employed. I get no assistance from the government whatsoever. And I'm just fully depending on myself and depending on the money that I make through all my platforms, through the creativity of my music, whānau, which means I'm living the dream. You know, I'm getting paid to do what I love to do, what I'm passionate about doing. So, you know, that to me means more than anything. You know, that to me means more than anything, whānau. So yeah, as I mentioned, the last 12 months I put in a lot of work. Released a total of 44 songs and a total of 8 video clips too, whānau, last year. So that's pretty active. And for those that don't know or unaware, and it's not that I'm proud of it, but I'm actually on a 24-hour bracelet, you know, and I have been on it for the last 16 to 18 months now. So only reason why I said that is because it's something like that. I haven't actually counted, but I know it's something like that. August 2021, I was arrested for false allegations. It was my second year of study, doing my diploma in music, and I was just coming to the end of that year, and I was arrested, sent to prison for 3 weeks, and then I applied for bail and cracked it due to all the support that I have. Zan Puru, morning brother, Team Dog, Happy New Year brother, just woke up. Oosh. Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year's to you too. So yeah, ultimately I managed to get bail to a 24-hour bracelet, But I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. Don't get me wrong. I got the chance to release a few albums, including my debut album, Mob Music, the album that I released on the 12th of the 12th, 2021. The end of that year, I was arrested, and then I managed to finish my diploma. And I'm with my family every day. I'm happy. I'm winning. Everything's working in my favor. And hey, Kinder Cruncher. And yeah, everything's working out. But in saying that, it's always good to reflect on sometimes you got to take a step backwards in order to take 2 steps forward. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to look back on what we've accomplished in the last 12 months, and then we're going to plan for the next 12 months. You know what I mean? But before we do that, whānau, I always give a bit of a shout out to all my 3-star members. But because it's our first live of the year, and it's the new year, the start of a new year anyway, I'm going to give a shout out to all my members. Whānau, loving that song you just made. Thank you very much. Yes, and that's right, whānau, I actually forgot. I just released our first song of the year too. About half an hour ago. Fuck, how can I forget that? Wasn't even on my mind to mention it either. My bad. But yeah, if you just want to go check out our new song, go check it out. It's featuring Brother Rems, Scuffed Chain, and Brother Ease Dog, who's probably watching this as we speak. See how Ease Dog. Anyways, like I said, I'm going to give everyone a shout out, every single one of my members, and we're at 48 members. Whānau. So my goal by the end of the year is to get 100 members. So we're at 48 members, which is huge. That alone is significant by all means. So first is Zach Roderua. These are special shout outs to all my members, by the way, whānau, before we get into our review. Desmond Wanoa, Mana, Ivan Pawa, Colette Miller, Jade Phillips, South May Beats, Junior Putere, Brother Blaze, who's watching us, sure, my brother, The Fertility, Just 1267, Jamie Clark, TCR, Robert Crichton, No One Kiripatia, Xavier Seal, Colin Hoodie, Daniel Moore, Jojo Hawira, The Master Blast, can't read the rest, sorry about that. Zan Puru, who also just joined us, Bhaskar Auri, Brother Trig, Puningataki, Ford Stilism, Ultra Weighted, Nathan Egan, sorry if I'm pronouncing these your names wrong, whānau. Odin Dog 13, Raids, Sebastian Taramai, my mum, The Rap Game, Sefa, Alicia Kino, Matu Retimana, H. Cudi Melbourne, June Jasmine Brown, hey, Divatility, my brother. Sorry about yesterday, brother. The old fucking the Wi-Fi cut out, brother. That's why I had to come and do a retake today. Brother TZ, Chain Gang, 1300, yeah, now we're talking. Jake, Leo Finley, Uncle Mana, Rome's Mobstar, Nixon Walker, Hand Dog, 07 Alco, Kinder Cruncher, who's joined us as well, and Sister Haley, Hales Turnbull. And a quick another shout out to D Fertility, who would have just joined us and might have just missed out his shout out. So I decided to give everyone a shout out today, whānau, being the first live of our year, of the biggest year to come. And we're going to look back today on the biggest year that we've had so far, which is last year. And I just mentioned earlier, it's most likely the hardest I've ever had to work, whānau. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Also, I've got a few, I've got 4 special announcements to make. I've got 4 special announcements to make, whānau, at the end of this live. So remind me, just in case I forget. But yeah, I've got 4 special announcements to make at the end of this live. Thanks, babe.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It's a yummy one. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. Let me guess. One's your show. Yes, brother. Yes, you got that right. But for now, we'll focus on the task ahead, which is our scheduled live. So finally, I want to go back to January first and foremost, which was, by the looks of things, seems to be one of the most busiest months we had last year, because I released 7 songs on Spotify in that 1 month. The first 4 were my drill tracks, Unique, Gotta Be Unique, Gotta Stand Up on My Own 2 Feet, Dancing with the Devil, Snooze and Lose, and Full Time Crook. I released those earlier in the month, and later on in the month I released Stuck on Ice, which is doing considerably well on all platforms. It's On Me, which is following in pursuit, and last but not least was Creeping. So those were the 7 tracks that I released in January, whānau. But I also released 2 videos in that same month. And one of them was the Barbarian National. If you haven't seen that video or heard that song, it's being seat to the bone, to the death. Catch a solid shot straight to the dome of the chest. Yeah, I do it for the chrome on my vest. For a family tree, I won't condone nothing less. It's Team Dog, soldier of the hen dog, and the mighty end dog to the very end dog. Yeah. So that video's at about quarter million views as we speak. So that's something I'm extremely proud of. And another video I released that same month was Stuck on Ice. So I released the audio as well as the video that month. So that's 9 projects there, whānau. 9 projects in that 1 month. And yeah, that's practically a lot of work. But to me, when you're passionate about anything, it doesn't really come across as work, or it doesn't feel like work, to say the least. You know what I mean? Following that month in February, I worked hard, whānau, in February, because that was the month I got my channel monetized. My YouTube channel monetized, and it took me about 2 years to get this channel monetized. First of all, you got to reach the criteria, and that's just to be eligible to apply. And the criteria, I think, was like 4,000 hours of watch time, which is a lot. 1,000 subscribers, and there are other factors involved too, whānau. But just because you fit the criteria, there's still other things, including the copyright infringements that had to be we've got to put a bit of research in and have a bit of knowledge over this sort of stuff, and which I did. So those are rules that had to be abided by, and a lot of my videos were containing a lot of content, and which was preventing me from monetizing my channel. So I had to get rid of a lot of content and create content in which I owned 100%. So I focused a lot that month in order to, make our channel a place where I'm able to make money. A platform in which is generating money. So that's what we ended up doing that month. We and it took us a couple of years, whānau, but that month we achieved the monetization of this channel, and we also opened up memberships, whānau. Our 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star memberships that we have. So since then, we've got 48 members now who are a part of that community that I've created. And I'm doing my best to create more content and do my best to interact with all of you. And this year, I'm going to do even more to make sure you're getting your money's worth. And yeah, that's just everything that I worked on in that month. Coming up to March, I released another single called How You Feel, which is doing, it's at about 100,000 streams right now. So I'm pretty happy with that. And that same month, I released another song on YouTube, and it's called All Red. And something I need to quickly mention too, whānau, is all these songs that we done last year, most of them anyway, the majority of them were all recorded and written live. And that's just me trying to be more interactive with my viewers. So all our content was created practically live, and just want to give everyone a bit of an insight on not just everything that looks good, but everything that's the background, everything that's going on in the background, everything that's happening behind the scenes, all the hard work that most people don't get to see. Usually you only get to see the end result, like, the final mix of a song or the video clip or whatnot. But what a lot of people don't see is the hard work and all the effort and time and energy that's put into these projects, whānau. So that's the reason why I like to go live, is to give you a bit of an insight on what I'm doing behind the scenes in order to manifest these sort of the sort of music that I've been creating lately. So yeah, for me it's about going that extra mile for the people, And there's not a lot of I know LAB go live when they're recording and stuff like that, or when they're writing their song, which is pretty cool. But like in terms of artists, hip-hop artists or independent hip-hop artists such as myself, I think I'm probably one of the only ones that actually streaming everything live, from writing to recording to mixing and mastering and whatnot. So yeah. So yeah, I made a song in March called All Red, and that was produced by the Storza. So that was cool. I got to work with another different producer from Aotearoa, who shares the same aspirations as myself, and I'm open-minded to working with anybody, as long as they got a similar work ethic as myself and a similar passion. So that was March anyway. Whānau. April was a busy month on YouTube. I released our video clip, Another Day, which is probably one of my favorites so far. Another Day is definitely one of my favorite videos. It was my favorite to shoot too. I wasn't so, sometimes it can be a stressful, for me anyway, it can be quite stressful, whānau, to put a video clip together. Just a lot of things going on, and you got to get it right, and you're on a time limit and blah blah blah. You just want to just want to practice perfection when part of you already sort of understands that there's no such thing. Spread the positivity. Yes, brother. So yeah, that was a video clip I released. 2022 projects are massive. Stuck on ice is the shiz. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So yeah, Another Day was up there with one of my favorites. And that same month, I released a song called On My Mind, which was basically just me attempting to reach out to people who are suffering from mental illness. It's my attempt anyway to approach the matter, because I honestly don't really know how to reach out to somebody, just by calling them or talking to them, because I sort of feel like I'm getting myself involved in someone else's business, and I'm not too sure how they're gonna feel about that. And sometimes people see it as an insult when you're trying to get them to open up or get them to speak. Some people could take it the wrong way, especially if they're not ready to open up. So, for me, the best way for me to put my opinions or my thoughts, to make them heard, is through my music. And here's the reason why I wrote that song. And if you want to go check it out, whānau, more than welcome. I enjoyed that song. It's not my style of music, but I enjoyed making that song, whānau. And that same month, I also released another song called Red Rum. And that's another one of my favorites too. So if you want to go check that out, more than welcome to go do so. Feels like I'm just repeating myself, but oh well. So the thing about that song is that's a remix I done to Project Pat's song Red Rum, who's actually one of my favorite rappers from Memphis, and he's Juicy J's brother, and he's also part of 36 Mafia. And yeah, I've always loved his music, and when I used to listen to it when I was younger, I always had intentions on doing remixes, and I found that was my opportunity to make it happen. So yeah, I did it, made it happen. It's the only way. So yeah, that was back in April, whānau. And then the following month in May, I teamed up with a local artist from here, Rotorua. She goes by the name of Jazzo. Very talented lady who does like a mix. Her style is like a mix of soul music and hip hop intertwined. And it gave me a chance to be able to experiment, because I always wanted to work with that style of music. Like I'm open to anything. I'm open to working with whoever, and trying different things, and just being open-minded to any idea really, and giving it my best shot. So that was definitely a chance for me to be able to express that. Hey, ultra weighted. Kia ora, kia ora. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Thanks for joining us. We're just wrapping up the year from last year. I actually started this live yesterday, but it didn't go accordingly. On my mind shows your diversity. That was the word I was trying to look for before. Yes, diversity. And I think these songs that I did in May with Jazzo also shows a lot of diversity as well. So if you want to go check those out, whānau, those songs called Faded and Overtime. And songs I haven't actually quite heard in a while now because I don't really listen to myself, but songs in which I don't mind hearing when I hear them playing. But usually when people like play my music around me, especially if it's at my house, I'll be like, oh, fuck, any chance you can change the song? Because to be honest, fuck, I don't really like get into sitting there listening to myself, unless I have to, unless I'm feeling creative. But if I'm just like having a good time and I'm enjoying a bit of a drink or having something to eat or whatever, smoking, I like to listen to the people that I like to listen to. But those are two songs that I wouldn't mind listening to when I do hear them. Oh, I can't beat a good coffee, man. So that's what we did in May, whānau. And in June, we were very busy in June with we were very busy working with two different artists on that month. Both local artists too, from here, Rotorua. One's from Huntly. So in June, I dropped a song on Spotify called Tell 'Em Again. And I teamed up with G-Rise, who was from here, the east side. So he's an up-and-coming artist, and I love working with the youth. Well, he's not youth, he's a bit older, but I love working with the young ones, because when I was young, I always had those aspirations too, but I just had nobody to guide me or direct me in the right directions. So, it gives me a chance to be able to give back to the next generations when I get a chance to work with them. So if you want to go check that song out, more than welcome. It's called Tell 'Em Again, featuring G-Rise. Also, I dropped a song called No Mileage, and that's featuring Young PT. I've got multiple collaborations with the brother, and he's from Huntly, currently living in Australia, and he's definitely going to be making his way to the top one of these days too, whānau. So that month was another month of collaboration and another month of creativity, trying something different and working with different artists and challenging myself, putting myself in situations where I have to make it work, you know what I mean? So yeah. That same month, I also released another single. It's called Hellraiser. Mama raised a Hellraiser ever since I was a teenager. Never really had the best behavior, cause I've always been naughty by nature. I don't do this shit for the paper. Trust me, I'm good for a favor. And you ain't even gotta pay it back, my brother. We can talk about it later. Hey, Jay Phillips. Kia ora. Hope all is well. So, yeah, that's what I was doing in June. And that same month, I dropped a video clip to Hellraiser, and I also dropped another song on YouTube featuring Brother Dids, and it was called Give Me a Reason. So that was another artist I got to work with that same month. So 3 different artists, whānau, 3 different artists. And the following month in July, I dropped our video to In the Flesh, More to the Death. And that song is practically just representing our culture, really, just representing the artistic side of our Mongolism, you know what I mean? And trying to add my poetry to the art as well. So it's very, the way I look at it anyway, if you look at the title, I put it as the most creative gang in New Zealand, because, we're not like other gangs, the Mongol mob. We don't just You know, when we get our tattoos, we don't just go to the shops. You know, I mean, or like some people do, and there's some people are allowed to. You know, some brothers are mighty, and they can do whatever the fuck they want. But for the most of us, that ain't. You know, we don't just rock up into the shops and get our tattoos done. You know, we do them each other. We do them ourselves. You know, our brothers come and do our tattoos for us, and we don't just get them done. You know, you can't just say, oh, you know, fuck, I'll get my back done, and then the brothers are gonna come along and do your back. You know, they're gonna fucking question you first. They're gonna question, you know, why, you know, what, you know, how, you know. What I mean by that is, what have you done? You know, how long you've been around? You know, and all these sorts of questions are gonna come flying at you. You know. So to us, it's based more about pride, you know. It's more about pride. So that song to me reflects our loyalty and honor to our code. And if you want to go check that out, more than welcome. And it's just a video put together of all our brothers, not all our brothers, just you know, a small part of our brothers actually, just a fraction of our brothers' tattoos. Patches on backs, on faces, and you get a lot of comments on there about people saying shit like, fuck, look at the quality, blah blah blah. But like I said, most of our tattoos are done in prison. You know, I like to see you in a prison cell try and use your ingenuity and use the resources that are available to you inside that cell and make the tattoo gun and you know, the stencil paper and all that, and pull off a huge back tattoo. You know, and then I'll be impressed. But if you can't, then what's the point even commenting, is the way I like to look at it anyway. But it is what it is, and I respect everyone's opinions. You know, it doesn't really take me that long to delete somebody's comment. So it's all good in the hood, you know what I mean? But that same month, in July, I also released another song called Young Brother. Now, like I said, you know, I like to reach out to my brothers, and I like to, you know, create music that not only touches the heart, but for the most part is relatable to a brother's current situation, you know, or you know, we all go through shit. Let's just put it that way. We all go through shit. Thank you, Ultra Weighted. I appreciate that. But we all go through shit, you know. No one's perfect. And you know, when I was growing up, when I was a young buck, I went through a lot of shit. Like, trust me. Like, even to this day, like, I haven't really met many people. I haven't met many people that have walked the walk that I have. And at the age that I was, and came out the way that I have, you know, it was a hard road. And when I was young, I always used to listen to music to sort of make me feel better. So I always wished that I had a song like Young Brother to listen to when I was just a young brother, you know, because that would have given me so much confidence and so much guidance that, you know, that's practically all I would have needed to hear was simple words like that, was a message like that, you know what I mean? And that's why I made that song, was to reach out to our young brothers that are struggling, just to let them know, you know, that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, that's what we done in July. And the following month in August, I dropped a video. That's when I dropped the video clip, Don't Fuck Around. Sweet brother Tim, gotta go do some mahi and stuff, brother. Have a beautiful day. Thank you very much. You too. Appreciate your time and your membership. So yeah, I dropped a video clip to Don't Fuck Around. That was in August last year. And yeah, that was just to practically just to promote my EP that was coming that following month. My EP, Rhythm and Mobster. So I was just promoting, you know. So what I did was I teamed up with Beats Low Key, who's a West Coast beat maker in Australia, based in Australia, and yeah, we put together a bit of a West Coast EP, a bit of a West Coast style EP anyway. So what I mean by that is we took like the style that was originated from people like Dr. Dre and whatnot. It was inspired by those sort of people, and that's why I named the album Rhythm Man Mobster, because one of my favorite West Coast albums is Snoop Dogg's album Rhythm Man Gangster. So, you know, always inspired by somebody, you know what I mean? Always inspired by somebody. Never uninspired, you know what I mean? So, yeah, and that same month, I did a remix to Coey Rogue's, Coey East's song Mob Gang. Good girl, bad man, rolling with the mob gang. So I did a bit of a remix and I dropped that on my channel as well. So for those that haven't heard that, it's doing pretty well too. I think it's had about 25,000 views since it's been up. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And that following month in September, I released my EP, Rhythm Man Mobster, and it had songs on it like Where I'm From, which featured G Rise again, the one I spoke of, who's coming up in the music industry, well, you know, the music scene anyway here in Rotorua. And the bro Trig, who's a member of our channel, so if you get to see this brother, much love, happy New Year's, and I'll see you at my show. And Levi, who's a singer from around here. So I had 3 different artists on that track, which was pretty cool, and we're just rapping about where we're from, because we all come from the same hood. You know what I mean? Me and My Dogs was another track that's on that EP. Don't Fuck Around, which was the audio version of the video that I just mentioned. Patch On, which I ended up dropping a video clip to that, and when was that? That same month. So that same month I dropped a video clip to Patch On as well, which is by far doing the best out of all my videos that I made last year. Sticking to the Code, which is practically about keeping it real. You know, a lot of people don't, so it's just a bit of a reminder, you know. Stick to the code, man. Stick to the motherfucking code. And enough said, which is basically just instructions on how to stick to the code. Just say nothing. You know, that's all we got to do, man. It's all there, right there. All you got to do is read the manual. So yeah. So September was obviously a very busy year, just like January. It was a very busy year. We dropped a whole heap of songs, as well as video content. So it was just a busy year like January was. Because that same month, right at the end of the month, I dropped another single called My Behavior. Wow, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 songs that I dropped in that 1 month, again, just like in January, with a video, again, just like in January. So those 2 will probably be the most busiest months that we had last year, whānau. Just bear that in mind, January and September. Coming into October, looks like it was probably one of my most chilled months. Looks like it was one of our most chilled months because I only dropped 1 single that month, but it was DOGGY, and that single alone has had more than 250,000 streams in 3 months. Not in 3 months, actually, I think it's about 2.5, going on 3 months. So chances are we'll be definitely getting more than 1 million streams by the end of this year. Those are all organic streams, finally. You've got to always take into consideration, I'm not with any label. I'm not signed to any label. I don't have a manager. I don't have a PR team. I'm doing everything independently. I do everything by myself. You know, I'm just an individual in this industry. So, you know, I'm working all alone, whānau. I'm a free agent. So, even though we only dropped 1 single that month, it's probably the most heard single we've had since we started our career. And we're about 2 years deep into our career, whānau. We started streaming about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, 2 years, 3 months ago. So we're doing pretty well. Because all we got to do is what we're already doing. Just got to carry on doing what we're already doing, and eventually things are going to work out for us. It's just a matter of time, whānau. Time and patience and persistence, of course. So the next month, November, I dropped a song on YouTube. It's called Waste of Time, and it's featuring Lion Rez. Now, that song, It was on Spotify, but it was removed. And it's a long story, whānau. It's a long story, one in which I can't really be bothered going into. But let's just say a lot of promises were broken on both sides. And things didn't work out. So it was taken down from Spotify. And now you only find it on my YouTube channel, where it's actually monetized. So we actually own all the content ID to that. And ain't nothing nobody can do about that. So it's a win. It's a win. Plus, we've still got other audio that we're gonna add to as well, and we're gonna be releasing all that as well, whānau. So it's all good in the hood. And in December was one of our big years. Not big years. December was one of our big months too, whānau, because in December we dropped our album, Rhymes and Bullets. And on that album was 14 tracks, whānau, and I want to speak about those tracks. The first track is Rhymes and Bullets, which is, it just complements the title really of the album. The second song is Boundary. And that song for me is just a reminder to people, you know, that there's boundaries around here and they shouldn't be crossed. After that is Whoever. And the reason why I made the song Whoever is because a lot of people ask me, like, who's this song about or who's that song about? To me, it's about whoever. You know, if the shoe fits, then so be it. Motivation. That song by the Bonnie Dog from Waro, our mighty brother. He actually reached out to me, and he's a social worker down there, a youth worker, who's put together his own vision, you know, and he's helping all the tamariki down there stay out of trouble. So, you know, he's doing something positive, and he reached out and asked if I could make a song that you know, represented his youth group, and so I did. And he wanted the song to be named after his youth group as well. So had to practically have to find a good beat, and which reminds me, actually, since I brought it to my attention, this album was fully produced, mixed, and mastered by Brother TZ, who's a good brother of mine, who also produces Red Diamond, and who was also a member of our channel. So much love, my brother, and he made all the beats. So much love to our brother TZ Dog. So back to what I was talking about, is I had to look for a beat that you know, fits the description of something you'd like to listen to in relation to a youth group that's designed to help our tamariki better themselves. So yeah, which always isn't an easy task, because finding beats to songs that are already premeditated is probably more difficult than anything else. Non-Stop was a song I done with Red Diamond, which is probably one of my favorites. I sort of felt like it had a Dr. Dre, you know, a hint of Dr. Dre in the beat, so I came in with a Eminem flow, so to speak. That actually rhymes. After that is Chains featuring Young PT. And the way I took that, you know, like I mentioned earlier, I'm on a bracelet 24 hours, have been for the last 16 to 18 months. And yeah, Brother Levi smashed out that verse. Oh yeah, me and brother. And yeah, I'm just basically, hey, we just got a new member. So we've reached 50 members, whānau. Much love. Because if you remember, we reached at 48 at the start of this live. Then we've had 2 members since then. So that makes 50 members. So that's a huge accomplishment. That's a huge accomplishment. So can everybody just give our latest member a warm welcoming, please? Chip Gregory. Hey. Kia ora, kia ora. So yeah, if you listen to that song Chains, it's just based on how I feel anyway, in the situation that I'm in. After that is No Remorse, teamed up with the Sin City Barbarians. And one thing I love about that song is you've got 3 different flows, you know, that complement one another. And yeah, and that's one of my favorites as well. After that is Mobster Party featuring Brother TZ Dog. Yeah, I love this beat. As soon as I heard the beat, I knew it was a club banger. And as soon as I knew it was a club banger, I got to the writing. And you never know, I think I might have had a couple of cold ones just to get me in the mood, you know, a little bit of inspiration, and you know, by all means, we got it done. So after that is The Whole Gang, featuring Brother Q-Dog, who's another one of our brothers from the capital city. So much love to our brother. That's streaming the mostest on Spotify at the moment. So yeah, much love to the brother. Attention is featuring Young PT in the Howl Mask. You know, hey, Divatility, thank you, brother. Much love for the koha, brother. Your kindness is very much appreciated, brother, and I'll never be mistaken for anything less. Thank you very much, brother. I hope you're enjoying the live, brother. I am very grateful. So, and for those that don't know what happened, one of our members just sent a bit of a koha, a bit of a gift, a $5 gift. So I was just thanking the brother for that. And yeah. So with that song, I was just talking about attention. To me, that was sort of like, if you listen to the lyrics, it's about people who mention people, like in their comments, or in, you know, on Instagram or on Facebook. You know, when you jump someone's comments and you mention someone else, you know, our firm stance on that matter, I suppose, is that these people are just calling for attention. And of course, that's not always the case, but most times that is the case. Thank you for your entertainment every day. Thank you, brother. Brother Howie. The next one was Grinding, featuring Illa. Keep grinding. An artist from Manurewa, if I'm to be exact. Hopefully I'm not wrong. So yeah. After that was Deadly. Most people would have heard of that. That's also streaming with good numbers on Spotify, and that's featuring Brother NZ. And yeah, What They Want, that's featuring audio by Brother Dids, and Better Days, which is a song that I wrote for my son. So just to quickly wrap that up again, you know, that was that whole album was produced, mixed, and mastered from our own brother TZ Dog, or the Red Diamond. Much love, my brother. And also that same month, which was only last month, by the way, we released a video clip, Deadly, with Brother NZ, which has just hit 10,000 views, whānau, so that's another thing that we're proud of. And like I mentioned earlier, we done 44 songs and 8 videos last year. It's his younger brother, by the way. Hey, cheer, Tyler. Much love, Brother Tyler. So yeah, 44 songs and 8 videos, whānau. We also had many other things that happened last year too, good things. With our merchandise, we gave away a lot of merchandise, and we also sold a lot of merchandise, which means we made a bit of money. And I'm not going to go into the figures or anything, but we definitely, I can tell you for sure that we definitely sold more than 500 items. And those items range between the prices of $30 to $100. So the merchandise done very well. But this year, I'm planning on doing better, whānau. Planning on doing better. Now early on, so what happens when you get stoned to the bone before you go in the zone. Earlier on this live, I mentioned that I had 4 announcements to make, one of which were already figured out by the Brother Blaze, which is that I got a concert this month, whānau. And I got a concert this month, whānau, on the 27th, which is a Friday. And all are welcome to come. I'll put a bit of a link in the description or in the comments. If you want to buy a ticket and come and support your favorite artist or one of your favorite artists, whānau. And I'll be more than happy to do meet and greets. You know, I'm going to be in the crowd anyway, so I'm going to be mingling with everybody. Brother Illa is going to be performing, as well as Brother NZ. So, you know, I'm going to be mingling in the crowd while they're performing, and taking photos with everybody, meeting everybody, shaking hands, hugs, and whatever. You know, all that. We're going to have merchandise there. We're going to be selling t-shirts. We're going to be selling albums. And it's a 2-hour show, whānau. It's only going to cost $30. So if you're interested, you know, come along. Limited tickets too. So, you know, you've got to make sure you're fast. I've got a feeling they'll be sold out by next weekend. But this is in another 3 weekends' time, whānau, including this one. So, not including this one, sorry. So that was one of my announcements, whānau. Another one is that I've got a video booked next month as well. A video clip to DOGGY. So, I'm going to be going live for members only. Only members will be able to access this live, whānau. So if you want to become a member, you know, hit the join button, and then yeah, you'll have full access. Sorry, I forgot to mention, I'm also going to be doing a live on my concert too for members. Probably just a few songs though, whānau, but that's going to be a members only live. And so is our behind the scenes for our video clip that's booked for next month on the 17th. It's going to be members only live as well. So yeah, another thing that I'm doing this week coming is if a lot of yous have, hopefully a lot of yous have been following our brother Zapdog, who's a high-ranking member of the Mongo Mob, and he's got his own channel at the moment, Zapdog the Pedigree. He's doing a lot of content as well, and I'm going to be joining his channel next week. I'll confirm a date when the time comes closer, but sometime this week coming, I'm going to be doing an interview with the brother Zapdog. So yeah, you know, something for you to look forward to. I don't even know exactly what we're going to be talking about, but it's going to be just, there's going to be nothing planned. There's going to be nothing, you know, we ain't going to be rehearsing in the meantime. You know, there's going to be, you know, it's going to be a freestyle. Eh? We're just going to link up on camera, and we're just going to talk. So, you know, even I'm looking forward to it. Just to, you know, first of all, just to be a part of his journey, and yeah, the privilege and the honor on my behalf to be able to bark to the mighty dog. But that's another thing that's coming too, whānau. But last but not least, I just wanted to mention that right now we're close to 20,000. We're close to 20,000 subscribers, which is a buzz, whānau, which is a buzz. And I'm grateful for every single one of yous. Yeah, that's significant to me. So next week we're going to celebrate those 20,000 subscribers. And yeah, I haven't actually got anything planned yet. I haven't got anything figured out. But I've got ideas. What I might do is vibe to 20 of my songs. You know, we can just play 20 of my songs, and I can give you a bit of a live performance on my live. You know, and all those songs can be requested from my members. We'll probably make it a specific level of membership that can make these requests, and we'll do 20 songs. Or that's just one idea. Or also I was thinking of doing a Q&A, and that'll be 20 questions can be asked, and I'll answer them with nothing but brutal honesty, and whilst forever criticize me for the rest of my life. But whatever we do, whānau, you know, I'd love to give away $20,000, but unfortunately I'm not in a position to be able to do so. But you know, if it was up to me, that's what I would be doing. But I'm going to leave it up to you, whānau. Those are just two of my ideas. I'm going to give you a chance to choose two ideas, or some ideas of, you might come up with some better ideas. You know, drop them in the comments. And yeah, we're going to be celebrating 20,000. We're not quite at 20,000 right now, but I guarantee you that we will be at 20,000 subscribers by the time we do our next live on Saturday next week at 6 p.m. But until then, whānau, I'm going to wish everyone a happy new year. I hope everyone has a great day. If you're driving, be safe. If you're going to the Auckland, Juicy Fest, you know, make sure you got your some water, an umbrella, and a raincoat just in case. And if you're drinking, drink responsibly, whānau, you know. Be mature. Okay? All good, whānau. Wishing everybody the best, and I'll be back next Saturday, and we'll be putting in work. Much love.